America's former president didn't get along well with America's allies. He was rude, he was ignorant, and there's only so many times you can propose a wife swap as a joke before they realize, oh, he's not joking. But now that Joe Biden is in charge, he's trying to repair those relationships, which is the focus of his trip to Europe this week. And we'll be bringing you all the latest developments in our brand new segment, Grandpa's Day Out. So, President Biden kicked off his trip to Europe with a visit to America's oldest and palest ally, Great Britain. And it's a tradition for heads of state to exchange gifts when they see each other. But when Biden and Boris Johnson swapped presents, it seemed like one side may have put just a little more thought into theirs.
President Biden took a piece of Philadelphia with him on the trip to the United Kingdom. He gave this bike to British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The bike is custom made by Balinky Cycle Works in Olney. It features both the British and American flags, and as you can see, there's also a matching helmet.
President Biden gave Prime Minister Johnson a $6,000 bicycle, and as a way of saying thanks for coming, Johnson gifted Biden a framed photo of Frederick Douglass that the Times of London reports Johnson's staffers printed out after first finding it on Wikipedia.
Okay, that is a huge disparity in gift giving. I mean, Biden comes in with a $6,000 personalized bike, and Boris shows up with a photo of a guy Biden went to high school with? And look, I know people are giving Boris a hard time for his shitty gift, but if you ask me, he has the right idea here. You know, America and Britain have been friends for 200 years. You don't need to worry about impressing each other anymore. Neither of them should be putting any thought into their gifts. The next time they meet, Biden should just bring Johnson a book from the airport bookstore, and Johnson should bring a Toblerone from the minibar and call it a day. And look, Joe Biden can't and shouldn't take this personally. I mean, Boris Johnson is a guy who rolls out of bed 20 seconds before every public appearance. You can't expect him to spend a lot of time planning the perfect gift. But luckily, Biden also visited another British leader who definitely knows how to welcome visitors in style.
A royal reception tonight for President Biden and other world leaders who dined with Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles and Camilla, and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge here in Cornwall.
Biden is now the 13th sitting president to meet with Queen Elizabeth, the world's longest reigning monarch, celebrating her 95th birthday this weekend, insisting on using this ceremonial sword to cut the cake.
There is a knife, it's right. I know there is. This is something that is more unusual.
Hold up, milady. You're going to use a sword because it's more unusual? Oh, you can tell that the Queen is bored, man. She'll do anything to shake things up. Your Majesty, would you like a knife to carve the turkey? No, let's try throwing it into the washing machine. Get the people going. And look, man, in many ways, I feel for the Queen. I mean, she's 95 years old, and she's starting to realize that they're not going to let her behead anyone ever again. The real problem is, she couldn't do it. How are you going to show everyone on worldwide television that the Queen of England doesn't know how to use a sword? I mean, now they know the whole country is basically undefended. You know there's Vikings watching that right now like, this is our chance! Invade! But the main business of Biden's trip to the UK was the G7 conference, Earth's cool kid table. And the meeting of the world's most powerful liberal democracies had a lot on their plate this year, like combating climate change, trying to figure out how to stop corporations from evading tax, and countering China's growing economic and political influence around the world. They also had to make time to take a group photo where they all look like the white side of the chessboard. And with so many pressing issues to deal with, it seemed like Europe was just happy to have an American president who gave a shit again.
Tonight, on the second day of the G7, U.S. allies praising President Joe Biden's leadership on the world stage.
And I think it's great to have the U.S. president part of the club and very willing to cooperate.
Today, the president met one-on-one with French President Emmanuel Macron.
In the United States, I've said before, we're back. The U.S. is back.
And it seems other leaders agree. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson calling Biden a breath of fresh air. And German Chancellor Angela Merkel saying the president stands for a commitment to partnership that was, quote, missing in recent years.
Yo, guys, Donald Trump rocked Europe so hard. You realize these leaders are so traumatized, they won't even say his name. Like they're worried they'll summon him or something. It's so nice to not deal with President Trump. I didn't mean to say it, Scheiße. I didn't mean to say it. He's behind me, isn't he? He's behind me right now. But let's be honest though, like the bar is incredibly low. You know, people are like, Biden is so much better, but I mean, anyone is so much better. America could have sent over a dog in glasses and Macron would have been like, you know, the glasses, they make me think he's willing to learn, which is, let's say, different than before. And yes, the dog did make a poo-poo on the floor, but that is not much of a change. So, comme ci, comme ça, huh? Now, today, Biden had some more good times meeting with NATO. But palling around with your European allies is just the easy part of the trip. The real challenge for Biden will be on Wednesday, when the president meets one-on-one with Vladimir Putin, president of Russia and world's most dangerous Keebler elf. And in some ways, Putin is even more of a threat to the G7 than China, because China is in a fight to rule the world. So it cares about the world. But Putin, he's like the world's Joker. He's just here to watch it all burn. He doesn't give a shit. And if you don't believe me, just check out this interview he gave this week when a reporter asked him about Biden calling him a killer.
When President Biden was asked whether he believes you are a killer, he said, I do. Mr. President, are you a killer?
Over my tenure, I've gotten used to attacks from all kinds of angles and from all kinds of areas under all kinds of pretext and reasons, and of different caliber and fierceness, and none of it surprises me.
Oh, you see? Only killers laugh at, are you a killer? Because normal people are like, what did you call me? But Putin is like, I get called this all the time, no surprise. Why isn't it a surprise? I mean, it would surprise me because I'm not a killer. And look, maybe Putin was trying to psych out Biden with that reaction, but what he didn't realize is that Biden is too weird to psych out.
In a weekend interview, Vladimir Putin laughed at the suggestion that you had called him a killer. Is that still your belief, sir, that he is a killer?
I'm laughing too.
Ah, well played, Joe Biden. See, as the old proverb says, in order to defeat a laugher, one must become the laugher. You know, honestly, after seeing this, I'm a little less worried about this meeting. Because I thought it was going to be tense. America versus Russia, Biden versus Putin. But now, it seems like it's just going to be the two of them laughing together. We are friends now. So, that's Biden's trip to Europe so far. And we'll find out how effective Biden's chuckle diplomacy turns out to be in the next edition of Grandpa's Day Out.